Hey everyone, and welcome to another gtaonline video here on the channel. Today I'm going to be warning you guys about the newest scam that just dropped yesterday. Now, if you remember from the last update, we got the Jester RR Widebody that costed an arm and a leg and gave you 0 customization options to show for it. You couldn't even remove the livery for it at the time, it was that bad. Thankfully, now with the Money Fronts DLC, you can remove the livery off the Jester RR, so it's not as bad, but still pretty terrible. But here we are with round 2 of the widebody scam, because we have the LSCM Cheetah Classic now. This thing costs just shy of $2 million. It's $1.1 million more than the base price of the regular Cheetah Classic. And you get this new variant of the Cheetah Classic with a widebody kit. It looks pretty cool, not gonna lie. However, much like the Jester RR Widebody, there are no visual mods you can put or edit on this vehicle, aside from taking off the livery. It does come with a lock-on jammer built in. Those are normally $400,000, so that's a nice thing to include for the price. But to ask $1.1 million more for a new variant of the same car with less customization than the original one that came out like 6 years ago, in my opinion, that's just robbery. It does have its own unique spoiler, exhaust, and rear bumper that the regular Cheetah Classic doesn't have, but there's already a ton of mods for the original Cheetah Classic, like the hood and the spoilers. Why omit those options from the widebody variant? I understand that not every mod would work because of the widebody kit being in the way, but come on. They are trying this new thing, parodying Liberty Walk with these pre-built custom body kits. I get what they're doing, don't get me wrong. I just think it's super lame. When in the past, these widebody variants were just made by using the pre-existing version of the car that was already there and taking them to Benny's to apply it and pay for an upgrade there. So now it's just a mess where some vehicles you upgrade them to widebody variants via Benny's and others are just separate purchases entirely. And I don't know about you guys, you can let me know down in the comments, but the fun I get from regular vehicles mostly comes from customizing them. If a regular vehicle has no customization, that's just super boring to me because I can't really make it my own then. I can't mod it to my liking aside from just changing the color or removing the livery. Now let's talk about the performance though. You would think since the LSCM variant is over $1 million more expensive, it would at least be noticeably faster or perform better. Well, I think it performs a little bit better than the standard Cheetah Classic according to Bruffy, but no way in hell is it a $600,000 difference. I'm subtracting a bit from the difference because of the lock-on jammer it comes with. One thing that's kind of nice, I guess, is that you can use the LSCM Cheetah Classic in tuner races where you can't use the regular Cheetah Classic in tuner races. At this point, though, is anyone really doing tuner races where this would even matter anymore? I would imagine these days trying to find a tuner race lobby with randoms is probably kind of rare. Maybe I'm wrong, though. It's like if they randomly added a new Arena War variant of the Tempesta out of the blue or something. Yeah, that's cool, but no one really plays Arena War, so it's functionally kind of useless. I mean, me personally, I would get some use out of it because I could just shunt hop with it in free mode and fly, but not in the actual Arena War mode I would get any use. If they really want to keep making these custom, pre-built, no customization vehicles, then I feel there needs to be more substantial differences between the regular version and the LSCM variant. For one, how are these vehicles going to be named LSCM Cheetah Classic or LSCM Jester RR, named after the car meet, and they don't have the one performance upgrade that you can only get at the LS car meet, the HSW upgrades. They should come pre-installed with both HSW upgrades and a lock-on jammer. That would be worth the heavily increased price for them. Because when I was racing these earlier, I could hardly tell a difference between the two. In fact, I actually drove better with the regular Cheetah Classic than I did with the widebody version. And if there's really not going to be many mods for these vehicles, why is there only one livery for them? There should be at least like 10 liveries for these LSCM vehicles. We can get 15 liveries on some random truck that also has a shit ton of visual mods we can play with on it. But an actual tuner vehicle with no other customization we have one livery for? How does that make any sense? Because at the very least, if we had a bunch of liveries, we could have some sort of expression that way and pair it with some of the primary colors to make it look cooler. Anyways, save your cash, don't blow it all on this money sink of a vehicle. I'm just so annoyed that we're kind of going backwards, it seems, with things like vehicle customization and outfit customization, which I will talk about in my next video because we have yet another episode in that saga as well. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, feel free to leave a like as well as subscribe to my channel for more gtaonline content. I also want to give a huge shout out to all of my channel members for your support. If you'd like to become a member for some exclusive perks, you can either use the join button or the link that's down in the description. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great day.